Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to your Tuesday night broadcast. This is the V8 Supercars Amateur Series, thanks to simrigs.com. Tonight it is Nathan ShiBBy Howard and Thomas Preech Riley on comms.
Evening, ShiBBy.
Evening, mate. Just punching my computer for a second. Sure, we'll have an overlay of something in a minute. It's been a few days.
It has been a few days. It's been a week already since our last round at Watkins Glen for the V8 Supercars AMs. Tonight they take on the Nurburgring GP circuit. Very interesting circuit, I think, for supercars. Lots of medium to high speed corners. You've got the hairpin at the bottom of the hill and the Schumacher S's, all of which will give us some great racing, and then using the GP chicane. So anyone who's done the Nürburgring 24, you'll know that they use the GT chicane, which is a little bit deeper than the Grand Prix chicane. Grand Prix is a lot tighter as well, so good overtaking opportunity into there. Just at the start of practice at the moment. A couple of names on there that I haven't seen in a little while. But here's the track details for round 8, partnered and sponsored by Warren and Brown Tools, taking on the 5.07 kilometre Germany famous Nürburgring circuit. Altitude of 619 metres. Weather for the session looks pretty nice. It is a sprint round tonight, so they'll do a quick qualifying and then 20-minute race, and then a short intermission leading into the 40-minute feature race. ShiBBy, I'm very much looking excited to this one.
Man, I'm always pumped for the AM series. These guys just turn it on every week, and it just gets better and better every single week, and we're getting a lot of interest for season 3 as well. So if you guys are interested or know anybody who is interested, head over to www.simracingworld.com.au or join our Discord. That link is in the description, and come and have a bunch of fun with the AMS blokes, because these guys seriously are starting to make themselves look like pros out there.
They definitely are. It's a lot of fun, the AM series, commentating it especially.
I'm having a shocker.
Hopefully none of the boys tonight are. So points on offer tonight, 50 points for a sprint race, for the heat race, if you win. and then 47, 44, 41 going down positions. So 3 points between each. And then in the feature race, it's 100 points for the win, 96, 92, 88, so on and so forth. That'll be important because we've only got one round left after this one. And championship standings look very tight, with Joe Mahoney sitting pretty up the top on a very nice total of 900 points. Travis Daly is behind him, 138 points back, and then Tim only 1 point behind Travis. So there is a very real possibility tonight that Joe, as long as he outscores Travis by 12 points at a minimum, and then everyone else, there's a chance that he could become... Sorry, I tell a lie. We have an endurance race next week, which has 180 points on offer. So as long as Joe sits 180 points clear of Travis, and the rest of the standings don't change, he will become our Supercars AM champion for Season 2.
Well deserved, I think, for Joe Mahoney too. Raced this season phenomenally. Start to this point, I think if I was a betting man, I probably would have put it on Joe from around the second round, because consistently in that top three and just racing like an absolute legend out there with the rest of the guys.
Still hasn't got that race win though.
No, he hasn't. No.
Still hasn't got the race win.
He got a round win last week in the sprint round. Yeah.
But not an outright race win.
No, 2 seconds last week to take the round win, but still couldn't. No, second and third, sorry, but he couldn't get himself on that in that P1. So, wonder how he's feeling tonight about this race.
The track that people know, which is good. Track that is, good in our memories and has some very iconic parts to it. Taking in the arena. That's a bit of a polarizing part of the track, I think, into turns 2, 3, and 4. Sort of is a section that, in my opinion, doesn't do a whole lot for a lot of cars in terms of experience around there, but still, nonetheless, could give us some good racing tonight.
I think regardless of the track, I'm going to say it again, the Simrigs V8 Supercars AM Series gives us good racing every week.
This is very true.
Very true. I don't think it's going to matter the track these guys head out to, because they are going to turn it on.
Not too long until we get into qualifying here. Just about 30 seconds before the session kicks over. Taking in some beautiful scenic parts of the track here. We will wait for... We do get the scenic view. Mr. Director is doing wonderfully tonight. Speaking of which, as we jump on to Petar Pavlovich, who's just teleported to pits.
Most of the guys now finishing up their practice session as it is clicking over. We'll be jumping over to our Racecraft qualifying session. Huge shout out to Racecraft. Thank you so much for being on board. Of course, we can't forget simrigs.com as well as Warren and Brown Tools. They are our main sponsors who allow us to bring this broadcast and league to you week in and week out. As we see our AM Series start heading out onto the track. Listen to the roar of those V8s heading out. Few of them staggered themselves, and I wonder if they're actually waiting for their teammates. A couple just stopped right at the start of the pits.
Could be. Maybe having someone behind you or someone in front of you is it's a nice little carrot to dangle in front. It's not really a a drafting track, given that there's only real 2 long straights. We can get it, of course, the main pitch straight, and then on the run up to the chicane, at least from my memory, out of Orsteiner, Advan, and then up to the NGK chicane, I should say.
All right, well, we've had another shocker. Your sound is not coming through to the broadcast. Yep, good week for it. I'm glad it's Tuesday. I'll be glad when the week's over. We don't have any Discord sound heading to broadcast, which everything you've said, all those great pointers, has just been, and the stats and everything, has just gone unheard. And I'm working on that now.
Well, hopefully at some stage you should be able to hear me, broadcast people who are watching the broadcast.
Yeah,
we'll have a chance to recap everything I said. It's not overly critical that you heard at the time. There's plenty of time tonight to highlight some things. Although the last couple of weeks, ShiBBy has been flat chat trying to catch up with all of the action that's going on out there.
And here now, by the way.
Hello, chat. Hello, everyone watching.
Welcome, Thomas, to
on
the
Facebook
broadcast.
and YouTube land. I'm here.
Oh, well, you can't be perfect all the time.
You can't be perfect all the time. That's right.
We could probably turn up some of the details real quick. Look, we've gone through a few things. I think everything should be maxed. Yeah, everything's maxed, mate. I don't think there's anything else we need to change. Figure controls. No thanks. Anyway, we are out of qualifying. And the broadcast can hear you. Good to know. Thanks, people, for letting us know I was talking to myself. Yeah.
I'm watching out for you yet again.
Right. We are. I think we're set up now. You think I'd have time to set it up prior?
I think we're set up as best as we get set
yeah,
up.
we're
I
good.
feel like there's still some things missing around the track. The grandstands and overpasses and whatnot. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll manage.
What? Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Grandstands on the match.
Don't know where that is.
Replay settings.
Oh, it's replay settings. Oh, why is this all low?
There we go. Now it looks like a proper racetrack.
Oh, my bad. I was playing around with VR over the weekend. I finally got a rig. So I don't have to sit at my desk.
ShiBBy's going on track, boys. Watch out.
Yeah, hopefully next season, Thursday. The 86s. But no, got a rig, then I had mates come over and we had VR hooked up, and I don't know what I was doing. Anyway. Back to it. Qualifying is underway. Mahoney has already gone out there and set a blistering 1:58.609. He is definitely going to be the one to keep the eye on tonight. Has been up the top of qualifying for most of the rounds this season. Scott Weston then just shot one through with a 2:07.707, and then about 3 guys fly through 4 guys. Those times are going to light up your screen. These guys.
He's already got 2.5 seconds, so his first lap was ridiculous. As Troy Sippel saw himself in the second on a 1:59.7. 15 minutes of qualifying, so the max they'll get is 8 laps if they stay out, but probably going to look at about the 6 lap mark. So everyone goes to their tyres. Taylor going the other way for Bradley Wall. Going through in the Team SRW Motorsports car.
Let's go,
3
team.
eyes on the front.
Fingers crossed I'm out there in one of those liveries. Should be fun. But I'm, tell you what, definitely enjoying having a rig. And if you guys want to check out some rigs, I'd head over to simrigs.com and check it out. Don't forget to use code SRW5 to get another discount off all your purchases. I'm really good at that sort of stuff. Commentating the races, not so much, but you want me to sell something on the broadcast? Mate, tell me what it is. Alright, so still a few cars. Liam Tipping, new name to the broadcast, but is racing in the JTIT car. So
Bruce car.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Joe's got a teammate.
He's got a teammate out on track. Good to see some new drivers coming through. Don't forget, guys, registration is open for the driver's pick next season. Everybody in the Discord that wants to race has had the opportunity to pick what tracks they would love to see next season through the V8s, the 86s, the F3s, the TCRs, the GT3. It is up to our drivers out there to pick the tracks they want to see next season. As we see Bradley Wall go through with a 2-minute flat to jump up into third place. Sipple has put an extra half a second onto his time with a 1:59.728. See the rest of the field starting to flood their times through. Still a few guys out there that haven't set their times yet, including Andrew Cowan. I don't want to jinx the poor fella. I feel like we need to stop showing him on broadcast.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He's popped right up at 59.56.
into second place.
Still almost a second off Joe, though.
Yeah, good drive. Tipping's on 2 purple sectors and a personal best. This is going to be interesting. See the new drive for the JTIT team. See where he puts himself. Oh, into the pits. That was looking like a good time. Maybe he had a 0x or something. And
maybe. Or maybe he's just like teasing us. It's like, yeah, I've got a good lap time.
Yeah, it doesn't need to qualify.
No, he doesn't. Jason Douglas in the 88 machine, and then we jump across to Callan Hodgkinson.
Jump on board through a full lap, hey?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's jump on board with Callan. He is coming around.
On the run up to turn 1 now. Little curve just as you start to think about applying the brakes. Max out 5th gear on the brakes. Oh, pinches the rears. Down into turn 1. Nice and steady on the throttle into the arena section. Feathering the throttle ever so gently in 2nd gear. Don't want to get wheel spin. Don't want to break traction. Back down a second. Come out of the arena. Use the inside curb, run the car out to the left before getting it off track. Shoveling curve, heavy on the brakes, downhill approach, downhill through the corner. The forward curve, nice and tight, without too wide on the exit. Can use a fair bit of the exit there, but in these cars, there is not a lot of grip out there. Done a lot of hairpin.
One thing I'm interested
tuck it in.
Check the weather actually, because it does change throughout practice to qualifying. So track temp is 23 degrees now. So still not too slick. Say this is a pretty a good optimal temp for these guys out there for qualifying.
Definitely. The Michelin. Back straight here. Parks it up on the curb. The apex and the exit. Kink up the chicane. Uphill braking zone. Brake later than you think. Heavy on the brakes. Oh, pinches brake. Managed to pull it up just. This is the inside curb. And the final corner. Tucked in, avoid the barrier on the right. He's on the power. 2nd gear up to the line. Callan done. A real representative lap time from him there, but still a good example of the balance you have to have on the throttle around this circuit in these cars. Jason Douglas, what does he pull out? He's in 2 minute 0.44. Slots himself in 6th place.
He improved his time a tiny little bit, but not enough. Yeah, he didn't improve his position. Scott Perrin's on 3 personal best, just ran an orange. Ah, the commentator curse has settled in. That does look like a tricky corner, taking that that view there over the top. Mr. Sneaky Rabbit has joined us tonight. He said he should be there. Yes, definitely been here from the beginning. Thomas wasn't for a bit there, but he definitely ended up joining us.
I'm here now.
Yeah. And then he's also...
I was here. I was talking, just no one could hear me.
Yeah, my bad. Sort your shit out, ShiBBy. Jesus. Anyway, Sneaky Rabbit's asked who's in third. So... Sneaky Rabbit is my son. His name is Timothy. He loves supporting all Timothys out on track, so I can see why he's asking who's in third, because it's a T Sipple. Sorry to disappoint you, mate, but his name is Troy. It's not Timothy.
Running P3 in the championship is the Timothy in our league. Where is Tim Nichols?
Oh yeah, Tim Nichols not out there tonight. Not that I can see anyway. Him tipping, just about to come through. 2 sector bests. 3 sector bests. Right up in the second with a 158.770. So the 2 JTIT cars are now sitting provisional P1 and P2. Jason Douglas is coming through as well here. He did improve his time, still sitting in 7th though. I think Rick Vigor actually managed to jump him by, oh gosh, 3 100ths there, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 100ths, not by much.
No. And you can see now Bradley Wall, Sipple, Cowan, Tipping and Mahoney all in those sub 2 minutes with quite a few boys hot on their tails. It's interesting to see the top speed time. Not a big difference in the top speeds. This round anyway. Pavlovich with the quickest with a 253 kilometers an hour at the moment. So
253. I'm not sure where that's top speed at any stage of the lap.
Correct. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, there's no speed trap. It just goes, this is the fastest you were going at any given point. So if they fly off the track at 300 kilometers an hour and hit a wall, for some reason, I think it counts that as well, because they were going that speed at some point. Vigor just coming back into the pits, sitting in 6th place at the moment for our racecraft qualifying session. Don't know if you guys have...
5. Brett Taylor's... Oh no, he's just teleported. 78. He's towing 36. Here we go. And Joe has got purple in that 4th sector. He's just going to have enough time to get across the line here. This is teamwork. How much can he improve? Oh my word, he can. 58.473 for Joe Mahoney. Guarantees himself pole position tonight. No one else is out there will be able to finish the lap that they're on as we jump straight across to the sprint race.
Oh yeah,
what is to come is a 20-minute heat race. Positions that you qualify is what's set the grid. Here's your qualifying results. Joe Mahoney takes pole with a 1 minute 58.473. Liam Tipping, his teammate, just shy of 3/10 back. Andrew Cowan lines up P3. Troy Sipple in P4. Bradley Wall, Rick Vigor, Jason Douglas, Daniel Schultz, I should say. Travis Daly, they're down there in 9th. He'll be hoping to run a little bit closer so we can try and close that gap to Joe Mahoney in the championship. We jump further back down through the grid. Petar Pavlovic starts in 10th. Callan Hodgkinson, Mark Peck for Quantum Pecky's performance down in 12th.
And hit the button to make it move.
There we go. Stephen Sinkovic, Brett Taylor, Marty Hansen, Scott Perrins, Scott Weston, and Scotty Rattler Van Loon bring up the back of the grid. I don't think that's Scotty Rattler. I'm not sure if he set a lap. He didn't.
No.
He's got a number next to him. So he'll start off the back. Just waiting for a couple of cars to grid up now.
And thanks to Racecraft Simulations for the qualifying session tonight. And our Racecraft qualifying pole position was Joe Mahoney from the JTIT team. Race on Oz. Big field of amateurs tonight. What a lineup. Sit in the grandstand, getting ready. We are gridding.
Getting ready for the green light. And they're away here at the Nürburgring. Action going on 3 wide down through turn 1. Just had a little bit of a freeze there on my end.
Me too.
We're away nice and neatly. Liam has jumped Joe at the start. But they'll be working together tonight, I am sure. Another wall.
Oh, Callan Hodgkinson into the wall.
Yeah.
Is able to pull himself out of that and get moving again.
Catch up with a replay of that a little bit later.
Sipple
almost rear ends Bradley Wall. I think there might have actually been contact there.
It looked like there was as Pavlovic and Daly battle it side by side.
It's pretty hard to run side by side through there. Mark Peck gets up alongside. Can't quite pull out in front. Jason Douglas shows the nose up into Schumacher curves. There's contact. Douglas has to go off the track. Does he keep it nice and straight when he rejoins? Yep, he does. He does drop quite a number of positions. He's down all the way to 15th. Jump further up the field. Tipping Mahoney, Cowan. Just hiding the gap. Bradley Walscott. Troy Sipple up his inside. He's looking for a move. Sipple's going to run him side by side through the chicane. This is great racing. No contact. Oh no, I don't think they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, just had to breathe a sigh.
Would have been phenomenal to see him go 3 wide.
Oh, Schultz is around. Schultz has spun at the back of this pack. But we'll stay with live. Sipple and Wall going side by side down into turn 1. They can rate the latest. We'll have the inside line. Sipple just go.
Oh no! Cold tyres! Cold tyres, Brad.
Cold tyres and cold brains from the field at the moment. A couple of uncharacteristic mistakes being made.
So where Daniel Schultz ended up in 11th. Oh, it still says after dark. Schultz, you got to update that.
Mahoney, Cowan have gapped Sipple now. Sipple after battling with Bradley Wall, who's dropped all the way to last behind Rick Vigor. Rick Vigor involved in something at the start because he's a long way back on Callan Hodgkinson. So you see Brett Taylor go for a move here on Stephen Sinkovic. To Dunlop hairpin. It out. Schumacher presses. Also moving around. Schultz a little bit later on the brakes than Steve. Can't quite get up alongside. Oh, he does now, though. Does the switch back. Gets the nose underneath. He'll have the inside line heading up to the kink. Stephen out in the grey. He's managed to hold on. Moves back to the racing line. He's got Marty Hansen looking for a move up the inside. Of course, we saw a massive moment with Marty Hansen last week at the inner loop at Watkins Glen. Douglas went up the inside.
There's been a drive-through penalty for car 410, 410 for contact on lap 1. So that is going to be Scotty Rattler Van Loon.
I'll tell you what, though, that's really unfortunate because he was up 11 positions. He's climbed 11 positions already.
And still going right on the back. Oh, that's Petar Pavlovich actually on the back of him there.
Sippel didn't get a good exit. And gets back underneath him. Sippel's going to come back at him. Oh, we're running side by side down the hill. Oh, there's contact. Down in the forward curve. Still side by side. Travis Daly trying to get in on this action as well. Hairpin. Sippel runs a little bit deep. Petar Pavlovich gets up alongside again. They run by side for the Schumacheresses. Daly puts almost all four wheels on the curb. Almost makes contact with Sippel. Daly looks to go for a dive up the inside. Oh, space runs out very quickly there. Especially when Sippel's looking for a move on Petar Pavlovich. Daly's got good mid-corner speed, gets a decent exit in the slipstream. We'll dab the brakes. Doesn't want to telegraph his move too early. He's got to defend from behind. Sippel and Pavlovich are still going at it as well. Pavlovich gets the better exit out of the chicane.
Got a phenomenal run out of there.
Scotty Rattler goes through pit lane to serve his penalty now.
Is only a drive-through. It is not a stop and hold, but he does have to take the whole pit lane. And the exit is quite a long exit. These boys still going hard.
Sippel going to look at the switch back. Can't quite get it done. Drive-through penalty for car 777. Contact lap 1. That's for Travis Daly. Another championship contender. He's going to have to tour the pit lane here. Result at all.
Liam Tipping has gone out there and done the fastest lap so far with a 1:59.27 on his last lap. Him and Joe Mahoney have just managed to gap the field. They're pushing 6 seconds out from third place, Mr. Andrew Cowan. See Scott Weston trying to make a move on Steven Sinkovich. Steven's going to make it easy with that rear lock up there. Though he's going to slip right in behind. Hopefully not going to let Weston get too far away. Here we have our leader. The race on Oz driver Liam Tipping. Absolutely flying out into the lead with nearly a 3-second gap, 2.7 second gap on his teammate Joe Mahoney. Closest battles at the moment are from 6th, 7th and 8th. Mr. Mark Peck. Andrew Cowan keeping himself right behind them though. will have to.
He can.
He's going to have to find another second in his lap to start catching up. Petar Pavlovich, after getting the feature win last week, is out to an absolute flyer of a start. Already up 6 places in our heat race tonight. Rory Sipple chasing him down, has dropped 1 place from where he qualified in 4th. Back onto Schultz with Douglas and Mark Peck hot on his tail. Schultz plays this right. He can push a bit of a gap between Douglas and Peck while those two battle it out behind him. Like it's actually playing in his favour. Douglas has started to stretch that gap on Peck now. Oh, Peck! He's definitely stretched that gap out now as Mark Peck makes a small mistake. Coming into that turn there, locks the brakes. And that's going to bring Brett Taylor and Marty Hansen hot onto his tail. Tell you what, mate, if we get a bit of a gap between, there is a bit of a practice session between this heat and the feature. We'll have to go over the standings again and talk about all your lovely points that we spoke about at the start.
Absolutely.
Before I realised.
I have just finalised my tracking spreadsheet so we can see who's in contention and exactly when Joe wins the championship, if he does. He does. He's got 138-point lead, which is a fair margin. Running up, P2 at the moment. That's going to be a great. He's got one hand, I'm going to say.
Oh, mate, unfortunately for one of my teammates, Mr. Bradley Wall, that little mistake has dropped him down into 16th place. That's all it took. Oh, he's battling hard. There was contact, and again. Race control will definitely be looking into that one. The battles are starting to close on top of each other. Daly's come off the track. Yep, Daly's just dropped past Bradley. Hodgkinson now just rounded up Steven Sinkovich. Now Daly pushing the back of Bradley Wall. 2 drivers that started up near the front of the pack have unfortunately found themselves at the rear. Still with 7 minutes to go. Petar now starting to get hassled by Troy, Daniel and Jason. Marty Hansen is off track as well. He is. He's dropping through the timing board now. Few small mistakes costing a few of these drivers a lot of positions tonight. Sipple still just letting Petar Pavlovich know that he is there. while also being extremely aware he has Daniel Schultz and Jason Douglas hot on his tail. Sipple starting to close that gap a bit more. Let's see how high-sided those V8s get through that little section of the track there. Schultz's battle with Douglas is actually bringing them off the rear of Sipple. As Scotty Rattler Van Loon sticks the nose out. Let Steven Sinkovic know he is there as they round the last corner. Biggest movers and shakers of the race so far. Scott Weston is up 7 positions off his qualifying. Unfortunately, Bradley Wall and Rick Vigor are your biggest shakers tonight, with down 9 places so far. 5 minutes left to go of Heat 1 here tonight for your simrigs.com V8 Supercars Amateur Series. Thanks to Warren and Brown Tools. Daniel Schultz now making a move. No. Douglas, I think, was trying to get the move on Schultz there. You're making me do all this talking as payback from last week, aren't you?
Yeah, probably. I'm just making sure we can give the viewers the correct information with when we get something come up. R22 has got a drive-through contact on that 6. Bradley. Bradley Wall.
We did catch that on the broadcast. I think you might have missed that. He's having a battle with Brett Taylor and clipped the back of Brett Taylor, causing him to spin. Scotty Rattler Van Loon has just managed to get around Steven Sinkovic, and that puts him up 7 spots from his qualifying. Have a
recovery drive here. Inside for Steven. It's there. Brakes. Steven had a better line. Oh, Steven's done us.
He's done it so beautifully for the broadcast as well. Bit of an in-joke for everyone. We call him the Spinovich instead of the Sinkovic. And we're back. We give him strife about it all the time. Funny thing is, once I get on track next season, I'm going to have to make sure I don't spin so he can give it back to me.
Yes.
Probably should do some practice.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Just at some stage.
Mal Pal drops in and says JKV GOUIYF. Not sure what you're trying to say, Mal, but great to have you in the broadcast, mate. Good to see you out there. Scott Weston hunting the back of Brett Taylor. Oh, and where has that? I can't catch Brett, honestly. Magic fixed. Hello.
Hello.
There we go.
We're back. It's not our night on broadcast tonight, it would appear.
It's my fault. Just Weston now right on the back of Taylor. Brought himself right back up onto the battle for Brett Taylor for P9 here. I wonder if he'll hold himself in this spot, or does he want the points? results, he will get a P1 start for the reverse top 10 for our feature grid. Oh, I can just hear those tyres starting to slip.
I feel like this might be one of our higher deck tracks, so I feel like the undercut is going to be extremely powerful, given how much time turning and the relative speed of these corners. Lots of rear use, lots of feathering the rear in controlling the cars, so I feel like we are going to see a lot of rear deg. Schultz going up the inside of Douglas. Unlock hairpin. This doesn't give Douglas any space again for the Schumacher. Yeses.
That is checkered flag as Liam Tipping comes around the final corner to take our heat race this evening for round 7 of your simrigs.com V8 Supercars AM Series. Joe Mahoney in second, and Andrew, your not so average sim racer, Cowan, Performance Sim Racing in third. Good to see Cowie getting back up there on the podium. Had an absolute cracker start to the season and then just lost his feel for the car for a little bit. Now he's building his way back up there. Troy Sipple will finish in fourth. Petar Pavlovich up 5 spots off qualifying in 5th place. Great drive by Petar. Do miss seeing that delicious KFC car. Great to still see him out there on track. Just will wait for the final results to lock in as we check out the Race on Oz JTIT car of Liam Tipping. I wonder if Liam knows that he can head to the green room. Right, results are locked in. Your heat results for your simrigs.com V8 Supercars Amateur Series. Thanks to Warren and Brown Tools here for round 8. I think I said round 7 before. But Liam Tipping for Race on Oz will take P1. Joe Mahoney for Race on Oz will take P2. Andrew Cowan, P3 Performance Sim Racing. Troy Sipple for Quantum Pecky's Performance Racing. Petar Pavlovich is a privateer in 5th. Jason Douglas for LMR Esports in 6th place. Daniel Schultz with a good drive to get himself back up to 7th for Team SRW Motorsports. And Mark Peck in 8th. Brett Taylor 9th. Scott Weston in 10th. Next race, that will be reversed grid. So Scott Weston will actually be in P1 and Liam Tipping will be in P10. Love a good top 10 reversed grid.
I also do like a good old top 10 reverse grid.
All right, mate. We've got 10 minutes of warm-up. Shall we try our intro again?
We can try the intro again. We can also try... let's try the intro again.
Yeah.
Welcome to round 8 of the SimRigs V8 Supercars AM Series. Round 8 is, of course, sponsored by Warren and Brown Tools. We are at the Nurburgring. We've just had our sprint race, which was... there was a bit going on throughout the field. Lots of unforced errors, I'd say. But yes, we are racing around this 5.07 kilometre permanent circuit. Of course, made famous by the Nürburgring 24, which takes on the Nordschleife, which is attached at the top of that track map. Out of the chicane, you go left. You keep going straight and you go left. And then the Nordschleife rejoins with the main straight. looking at our point standings before the round, Joe Mahoney had a 900-point standing. He was in first on 900 points. Travis Daly was behind him on 762. 1 point behind him was Tim Nicol. Of course, Tim didn't race in that last race. Then it was Bradley Wall on 756 points. Petar Pavlovich 735. So again, only a couple of points back. Andrew Cowan and then Brett Taylor. And then what I will say is all the positions are flux from there. Anyone can move. I mean, anyone can move throughout the entire field, but the only people who are in contention before the sprint race, who were in contention to win the championship, were the top 7. Joe, Travis, Tim, Bradley, Petar, Andrew, and Brett. You've got to be within 320 points of the leader before the sprint race. After that sprint race, Joe Mahoney has extended his lead to 168 points over Travis Daly. There are 280 points on offer for the feature race and the sprint race and round 9 to come. So, pending a calamity, 100 points on offer in this next race. Joe needs to finish the feature race with 180 points in hand. Petar Pavlovich actually jumps himself up into 3rd on my numbers after the sprint race. Tim Nicol and Bradley Wall are tied on 761 points for 3rd. Andrew Cowan sort of holds his gap at 215 points back from Joe Mahoney, and then Brett Taylor falls a little bit further away still. He's now at 275 points, so he's only 5 points safe at the moment as a chance to win the championship, which is it's a long way from there, let's just say. Points in the feature race are paid out all the way to 25th, so to be honest, based on my numbers, he's still in it, but it would be a long shot. It would have to finish at least 2 positions ahead of Joe Mahoney, and that would have to be right down the bottom of the order.
And with the way Joe Mahoney's driving, it's,
yes.
It could be a tough one to see. Now he's got a teammate out there as well to help push him through. I think it's just going to be tougher and tougher to catch the man.
Yeah. In fact, why don't we ask his teammate exactly what he thought of that last race? We do have Liam Tipping sitting in the green room. Let's get him in here. The man who, a debut win, winning a sprint race off the bat. Liam, welcome, mate. Welcome to the league. Give us your thoughts on that race, mate.
It was a good race. Me and Joe punched in a fair bit of practice for this one, so we're pretty happy to come back 1-2. I felt really good. I think me and Joe were pretty cruisy there. Just built a bit of a gap and then just maintained it to the end.
Nicely done, mate. You got Joe at the start, and you just gapped him. Really, you slowly built that gap out. Yes, you both gapped Cowie in P3, but it was just sort of a clean race at the front. No threat from behind or anything like that. So it's probably good to have a teammate to race with, and I'm sure that Joe is very happy to have a teammate to help him, especially with only 2 rounds to go in this championship.
Yeah, that's right. It's good to have the 2 of us now. If it comes to it, we can always put Joe first because, I'm not in the championship. I'm just here to have a race. But next season will be a bit different. We'll see who can come out on top, me or Joe.
Yeah, well, Joe's got a very handy lead at the moment at 168 points. He needs to have a lead of 180 to come away with the championship. So he's got one hand on it. You'll be starting from P10 in this next race. And I'm sure you'll be eager to carve your way through the field. Will there be much working? I'm sure there'll be a lot of working with Joe to get through the field.
Yeah, I would say so. I think me and Joe got a pretty similar mindset. You know, you got to finish to win it. So take our time. It's a long race. You know, we've only got to get up 10 spots. So we've definitely got the pace. Just a matter of weaving through it.
Well, mate, I'll let you go and get ready. There's only 2.5 minutes before the session kicks over to the race. So good luck. Well done on winning your first feature race. I'll give you a quick little second to thank your sponsors.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks to JTIT, Race on Oz. You know, it's a lot of support, as well as Gutter Night. They'd give us a lot of support, especially with our esports team as well. So all the guys will be happy to see a win.
Awesome. Well done, mate. Good luck for the feature race, 40 minutes around Nürburgring. Have some fun.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
Well, that was our heat winner tonight, Liam Tipping from Race on Oz. And good to see him drop down to the green room, but it looks like even though he is teammates with Joe Mahoney, there's going to be no love lost when next season comes around.
Definitely not. I think that'll be on for young and old. But, you know, I think I've piped on him a fair bit over the last 8 weeks that having a teammate is really beneficial for you, from not only in the lead up to a race with all the practice you can do together, all the tips and tricks you can pick of each other, but during the race itself, having someone who you can keep concentrated with. I know personally, depending on the situation, most of the time I would prefer to have someone in my ear, just, you know, so I can shout out little things or little things that are going on in my head or what I'm feeling with the car or that sort of thing. So to have someone in the race is really beneficial. And then also to have someone who you can challenge yourself, rate yourself against. And I mean, for Joe and Liam, it's going to be about making their way through 9 cars in front of them. So it's a lot of racing to come, but I think I'd prefer to be in Joe's shoes than anyone else's tonight.
He's definitely sitting in a pretty good position. Patience, I think, is going to be key at the start of this race. Cold tyres, you know, first corner, calamities. He's just got to keep his nose clean and race through. Once he gets through, I don't think he's going to have much of an issue of keeping that gap. So we are at the end of the warm-up session. This is your feature race tonight for your simrigs.com V8 Supercars Amateur Series here at round 8. Thanks to Warren and Brown Tools. Huge shout out, of course, to everybody who's joined us out there watching this broadcast. Without you guys, there wouldn't be much reason for us to broadcast, would there? So thanks for joining in and supporting us, as well as, of course, all the drivers out on track, because without them, we don't have a broadcast. But we are gridding up now.
Scott Weston is starting on pole for this feature race. Reverse top 10. Brett Taylor will line up alongside him. Mark Peck and Daniel Schultz make up row 2. Jason Douglas, Petar Pavlovich off of 3. Troy Sipple, Andrew Cowan off of 4. And then the 2 Race on Oz races sponsored by JTIT, Joe Mahoney and Liam Tipping. They'll be looking to work together and make their way to the front. And then outside of that, from 11th down to 18th is how they finish the last race. So Scotty Rattler, Travis Daly, Rick Vigor, Marty Hansen and the rest as we get 5 lights and we are ready for a start and we're away. Scott Weston gets a great jump off the line. Brett Taylor will run alongside him down into turn 1. Lots of fanning out. We've got 3 wide at the front. Down into turn 1. Scott Weston goes defensive nice and early. Daniel Schultz has made up 2 spots after jumping up to the inside. Mark Peck showing the nose, running alongside Jason Douglas. As we look back further down the field, Liam Tipping is riding along the outside of Joe Mahoney. Sipple will be looking and seeing 2 orange cars and going, what is going on? Am I seeing things?
Around. Hey, Schultz is around.
Schultz is around.
He did give the cold tyre warning. Brett Taylor is now getting hassled. Sipple squeezes his way through. Liam Tipping already up 4 places into 6th place. Made a meal of that start and that little incident there.
Really disadvantaged Joe Mahoney with that little incident too. He's dropped. He hasn't moved past 9th, so being stuck in that particular line.
Oh, I just
almost gets pushed through the corner as we see Mark Peck getting pushed out wide. Not sure that was a push, that was just a little bit eager on the lap pedal. Tipping around. Brett Taylor trying to get a move done as Cowie is there as well. Tipping gets a good exit off that corner. He's going to force the issue, get his nose up the inside of Taylor. Taylor has the inside line, down into the chicane. Tipping much better on the brakes. Taylor backs out of it. So Tipping makes up another spot. He's up 5 into 5th. In front of the field, it's Weston, Douglas, Pavlovich, and Sipple. Weston and Douglas. Going out at Douglas, will go to the inside. He's strong under brakes. Douglas can brake just at the same time. Runs a little bit deep, locks a wheel. Weston gets a little bit of overlap, cut, not in the right spot to make that move. We've got a better run through this corner. Nice and deep into the arena section.
Petar Pavlovich being brought into the back of this battle. Gosh, he's had a blinder of a drive these last 2 rounds. Still up there. Still a long way to go in this race though. 3 minutes in only now. Fuel burn, what do you reckon? I'm going to say the usual with these cars because we're getting to know them pretty well. I'm going to say in between 18 and 24 minutes is when we will start seeing the pit stops as Petar makes an absolute beautiful move on Scotty Weston there. Scott Weston had no chance of coming back at him out of the exit of that corner. Petar made that look way too smooth and easy done there. These amateur drivers absolutely blow my mind still every week as we move down the pack with Andrew Cowan and Brett Taylor. Cowan on the inside, that is going to leave him to the outside. We've also got Joe Mahoney on the back of this. Again, it is a time game. Mahoney doesn't need to push through, but he may want to get past them and stretch his legs a little bit. Mahoney got the inside. Beautiful move there. 2 wide through there. That's twice we've seen that now tonight. Great driving. Plenty of space given.
Oh, rubbing on the corner. Obviously, Mark Peck dived to the pit lane. Joe tries to do a little bit of a switchback in the slipstream. Tipping has got past Sipple. So Tipping has absolutely gapped cars behind. He's brought himself right up to this lead pack in the space of, what, a lap?
Yeah, within easy the last 2 laps, mate. He is lapping at a 1:59.40, where most of the other guys at the moment are 2 flats or 2 1s. So definitely got a lot of pace out there in this car. Cowan not wanting to let Mahoney get away from him. Right, we see Brett Taylor starting to stretch it out a little bit. Callan Hodgkinson hot on the tail of Rick Vigor as well. Bit of a big battle pack back here. Tipping, going around Weston. He's gone for another. What is this? 3 laps in, 7 overtakes already made. Up into P3 and hunting down Petar Pavlovich now.
So fast. Like he's just looks like he's got this innate ability to know what the car is doing and he's just very good in a supercar. That's all I'm seeing. Joe's gonna have a fight on his hands next season.
Oh,
without a doubt.
Definitely. And that's not just because of his teammate, but we see these AMS drivers just getting better and better every week. They do not make it easy for each other. As we see Mahoney down the inside lane, really nice braking there. Tried to keep the car as straight as possible through there. Gets a really nice exit as well. Oh, Callan Hodgkinson's around in the background. Big puff of smoke. The wheels light up. He gets it back, turned around. Mahoney is going to try and pull from this pack now. Taylor is going to have Cowan on the back of him. Cowan going down the inside. Really late on the brakes. Nice turn in. Will he get a better exit? Enough.
Daly's right on the back of Mahoney. Sorry, on the back of Taylor, I should say.
Yeah. And then Scotty Rattler Van Loon is on the back of Daly. There's quite a train building here. Tell you what, Taylor has not let Cowan get away, and Cowan is also still on the back of Mahoney. The championship leader at this moment in time. Weston and Sipple. Big bit of curb there from Sipple to try and get a better run through that corner. Has that helped him? Oh, what a crossover! Phenomenal move there by Sipple. Didn't hesitate, got the car in the perfect position and just pulled straight around that corner. What a phenomenal overtake. Is that good? I want to see that again. See here. Look at that. Puts the car in the perfect position to get around that early braking and just rolls on through.
I've seen a lot of incidents in the past where that has not worked.
No, that could have been a rear ender. Very easily a rear ender as we see this massive train here starting with Mahoney flowing back. Cowan going to try and make the move on Mahoney where he did last lap on Brett Taylor. He has made the same move in the same spot, but Mahoney is not going to let him get it that easy.
Mahoney doesn't need this. He needs to try and get back in front. Get in front of Andrew Cowan, get back on the back of Sipple. Tipping is right on the back of Pavlovich. That battle is going to cause Douglas to just drive off into the sunset. He's already got that gap out to just over 1.8 seconds.
So he is 2.4 seconds to Liam right now. With Liam's lap times, Douglas did a 2.01. Liam is still in the 2-minute flat, so a couple more laps. If he can get around Patar, he'll be on the back of him in a few laps. And then we also got to take into consideration pit stop strategies and when they start flowing in. Be interested to see if they can do a one-stopper.
Tipping gets past, gets up the inside, nice and easy on Petar Pavlovich. Good respect shown from both drivers, giving each other plenty of space. From Marty Hansen and
Bradley Wall.
Side-to-side contact.
It's Daniel Schultz in front as well. They're flying through there, a bit of a bump. Oh, Tipping's on. He's going to be on top of him next lap. Douglas did just do a 2:00.39, where Tipping only did 2:00.98, but that was because of the battling between Pavlovich. Cowan has just rounded up Sipple now. Now still side by side. So Mahoney has been blocked and pushed back again by Cowan and Sipple. They are not going to make this easy for him. I gotta say, I feel like this track is meant for V8 Supercars.
I'm gonna wait another 5 minutes just to see what tyre life is like, because Cowie's obviously got pace in hand. And Weston's 8 seconds off the back of cover, which puts him about 10 seconds off the lead. It's a big gap between top 3 and Weston.
Gap between, Weston and Douglas is 11.3 seconds.
Big gap.
That is a big gap. But pit lane time, 30 odd seconds. So Jason's still going to want to do a little bit more and stretching that out. Mahoney puts the nose out on Sipple. These lads are really wanting to overtake in this section of the track, aren't they?
Daly confident. Show the nose. Daly, though, had to be somewhat aware to Scotty Rattler Van Loon behind him. Tipping. His lap was 7 tenths faster than Douglas on that last lap.
There you go, he is catching and quick. Schultz and Wall, 2 teammates, trying to battle themselves around Brett Taylor. This Wall goes down that's Schultz, sorry, down the inside. I should know that. The green is Wall. Oh, careful, lads.
Both SW Motorsports cars now past Taylor. Hanson now on the back of Taylor as well. This is a battle for 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th.
Points
Tipping
still
is
to be grabbed.
Yep, tipping is within
under a second. I said within 2 laps. It's not even been 2 laps, it's only been a lap. Wow, oh wow.
5 or 6 tenths he's taken out already.
So we get back onto the battle with Sipple, Weston. Cowie is loving this now with Mahoney, Daly, Weston and Sipple all battling between themselves. Cowan will get a free run. We see Mahoney showing the nose. Oh, it's too wide through there again. Scotty Rattler Van Loon managed to squeeze 2 spots out of that. Hasn't quite got the second one yet. Around the inside of Rick Vigor. It's a drag race now. Weston has managed to hold that lead. We see Scotty get squirrely under the brakes, goes out really wide. He's back on track, but that has brought Daly right onto the back of them as well. Any small mistake and Daly can commit to a 3-car overtake. Rick Vigor doing a great job here, up 6 spots from qualifying. Keep an eye on that interval of P1 and P2 as Tipping closes that gap at a rapid pace to Jason Douglas. He's already on the back of him. Already on the back of him.
the run. Goes to the outside. Can break a little bit later. Jason gets it pulled up nicely. Goes defensive. Parks middle of the track.
What happened there?
And he's going to look for the outside run. Lead the corner off better. Later apex. Jason goes his racing line. Heavy on the brakes. Oh, they're both locking up the rears. But Liam does get through. Jason goes wide. He's going to try and get the switch back. He does have a bit of a run. Not enough to get overlap, though, down into this corner. Oh, he's locked the rears. Oh, good save. Good space given by both drivers. Oh, the run.
There, a redress. Wait,
The run off the corner.
that just seems like Liam wasn't even accelerating. Was there a redress there, maybe? He looked like he was sitting still.
There's the contact.
Yeah,
So-
unfortunately, Travis Daly has spun and dropped all the way down to P15.
That's a big drop.
Tipping going to have another attack. Scotty Wright Levan Loom back in P7, battling it out with Rick Vigor as well. Liam's definitely going to want to make an attack soon. Although I am expecting to start seeing pit stops roll in within the next lap. Whoa!
Great dive out. Heavy on the brakes, down the chicane. He's going to go side by side. He's going to force the issue.
He stayed inside the track there as well. Maybe that's what happened last lap. He's got an off track and got a slow down.
Slow down from. And got a little bit excited on the loud pedal. You can just see the back of the car step out. He's going to have to go defensive on Jason here. Jason is going to send it down the inside either way. Heavy on the brakes. Can't quite pull it up. Oh! Liam gets back at him after the corner. Both of them fishtailing the way out of turn one. Liam should now have the legs to get... Oh, Jason tries to send it up the inside.
Tar Pavlovich, this man again. Sitting in third place. Going to get some good points for a late run into the season. Schultz and Weston side by side. Keep it. Oh, Weston with a bit of a wobble. Bumps Schultz. Right out there was hanging that supercar out onto the grass. He's got his teammate Bradley Wall with him there as well. I want to start clearing that air. The boys have been trying to convince me to get out there and have a crack in the AM Series and the supercars. I said, no, thank you. I will sit here and commentate on it all day, every day. I would not want to miss this action week in, week out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you are enjoying tonight's broadcast, please let us know. Pit stops, so I was right, look at that, 20 minutes in, lap 11. Pit stops will start flowing in. Cowan and Sipple are the first two to pull in now, lap 11. Anybody else going to follow them? So far, nobody else. Hodgkinson's in.
Peck as well.
Watch those pit counters down the bottom. Pit stall time, 17.2 seconds. Cowie's pit lane time is going to be 40 seconds. So there it is, 40 seconds of time lost in the pits. Field will take a different shape now as these pit stops come rolling through. Marty Hansen, Brett Taylor. Brett Taylor's been all over the broadcast tonight. Absolutely been defending like a champ. As we see him go side by side with Hansen. Liam tipping provisional P1 is now into the pits. Who is going to follow? Douglas is following. Patar is following. So a lap difference in pit stops so far. Rick Vigor, if he doesn't pit now, will be provisional P1. But Rick Vigor's in. Van Loon's in. Mahoney's in. Wall's in. The whole field is starting to flow through. Schultz, Weston, Hansen, Taylor, Daly. The rest of the field is in. Sinkovic is going to go another one.
Sinkovic is going to lead.
He's going to lead a race provisionally. I wonder what this could do.
Look at how busy pit lane is.
Mahoney's already out.
Tipping is out.
Tipping's out, sorry.
Douglas is out. Pavlovich is out. No change in the positions there. Cowan's out. Cowan was already out. And Sipple. So that's 5 and 6. Vigor, Van Loon, Mahoney. Mahoney had a slower stop.
I wonder if he saved some tyres, but hey, you'd be silly if you... Because all those boys definitely just took tyres.
Yeah, everyone.
Oh, Wall took tyres because he's just gone for a bit of a cold. Whoops. And the green-eyed machine of Warren and Brown Tools. Gonna need some help designing my 86 paints, guys. Might need some feedback. What colours do you think?
Someone in the comments box says hello.
Certain someone in the comms box says hello?
Yes, we were talking about paints.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, gosh. Give yourself a shout out, mate.
Preech Designs, find me at Preech Design, no S at the end, on Twitter. I'm also on Trading Peaks. Thomas Riley. I guess Thomas Riley 3 on there. I think that's puts it down by number, but I'm on there. You can find all my paints on there. Request with paint, whatever.
Go check out some of the
Give me a DM
work.
on Twitter.
Yeah, go check out some of the work he's done on the AVR, the Alpha Venturi racing team. Go check out their paints.
I do other teams as well, just so you know. None out there running tonight, though. So the gap between Tipping and Douglas is close as we jump right back down to the battle for 10th here. Schultz gets up the inside off Weston. Brings Bradley Wall up alongside him as well. Very, very close down into under the brakes into turn 1. Schultz runs deep. Big lock up.
That's going to leave the Blacktown Mazda cars hunting down the solo Team SRW Motorsports car. Oh, Schultz squeezed himself through again.
contact though.
Definitely.
Forces Hansen wide. That'll get looked at by race control. And then Taylor is right on the back of Hansen now.
Scott Perrins is finally into the pits. Sinkovic even pull into the pits?
He did.
He has gone through now.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't work in his favour. I think they will all have enough with 14 minutes left to go of tonight's race.
Perrins has done a second pit stop.
Interesting.
His pit stop was only 20.42 seconds.
I think he had, so from what I can see, he's had a crash, maybe caused himself some damage and had to use his fast repair.
That makes sense. That's why he's 47 seconds off Mark Peck. Rick Vigor going at Troy Sipple here, Mark Peck's teammate. To the final corner. Angry Birds Racing. Right out of the corner. Fairly even on throttle. Mason Douglas last lap came in his fastest lap of the race. His personal best for 59.84. Still 4.5 tenths off Liam Tipping's purple fastest lap of the race on the 59.40.
Daly Taylor drag racing down to turn 1. Daly will pull it up and get through. See Callan Hodgkinson there on the rear of Brett Taylor as well. Tell you what, those Warren and Brown tools and rear window banners look phenomenal. Control the camera better.
Taylor got a good exit. Hodgkinson might have to go defensive down into Dunlop hairpin. Taylor will put the nose up there. His overlap. Gets the move done. Or does he? Hodgkinson will come back at him off the exit. Up into the Schumacher S's. Hodgkinson does hold on, run side by side for a fair bit. That section. Taylor comes back at him again. Hodgkinson goes very deep off the track. Has to let Taylor go back through, so Hodgkinson just missed his braking marker.
These two are battling it out. Travis Daly and Daniel Schultz are also having a bit of a left-right battle. This is the action we missed while we were on board. You can see Brett and Callan in the background there. I do believe Schultz did solidify himself that spot.
For penalty for car 64. Contact on lap 13, so that's what we would have been on board with. So Schultz will have to tour the pit lane.
Fortunately, Liam Tipping. See you later. 3.5 seconds on Douglas, who has nearly 3 seconds on Pavlovich.
Big gap. That's some big gaps throughout the field. Mahoney has fallen off the back of this particular battle. You just see him at the top of the screen now. He's only been able to make one place throughout this race, so I think ending a safety car is. He won't be particularly happy with his progress, I don't think. Whereas his teammate has jumped 9 spots into the lead of the race and over 3.5 second advantage over P2. Mahoney is 17.8 seconds back from his teammate. of that. Mahoney has walked back up to the back of his pack, but pack is starting to spread, or at least Sipple is running away up the front. Mahoney does now have the benefit of the slipstream, though. He'll be able to use that to his advantage.
And with Rick and Scott battling away, makes it a lot easier for Mahoney to get himself in there. Travis Daly and Schultz are at it again out of the last corner. Clean racing from these two. Schultz still on the back of Daly. This is battle for P11. Scotty Rattler Van Loon still looning around the back of Rick Vigor, trying to catch up to Sipple. Provisional P4 at the moment, Andrew Cowan. P3, Petar Pavlovich.
Oh, Schultz goes very deep.
Oh. It's not going to help his battle with Daly there. Leon tipping at the moment. One-man race band. Out 4.5 seconds on P2. Jason Douglas from LMR Esports. The back of him, nearly 3 seconds back, is Petar Pavlovich. And then nearly 7 seconds back is Andrew Cowan.
There's a battle behind Sipple, Bigger, Rattler and Mahoney, and they're still going at it. Schultz is in the pits. He's driving penalty. Heads up on championship battles. They finish where they stand at the moment. Joe Mahoney will have a 154-point lead over Petar Pavlovich. Travis Daly will be 180 points behind Joe, which is what a round win needs. Which is what the endurance race is, the points that are left on offer after this race.
It could be one crazy championship race. This is the penultimate round, by the way. I totally forgot about that.
Yes. One more round left in the season. 180 points on offer after this race.
Where are we? Where is the championship race being hosted at next week?
Next week, the championship race is at
Le Mans, yeah. Ooh-wee. That is going to be a cracker of a way to finish up this season.
Joe wants to try and make a move here. Scotty Rattler Van Loon. Joe telegraphs to the inside. Keeps driving in there. Oh, Joe locks a brake. Oh! So Scotty Rattler looked like he locked a brake, and then Joe locked one in reaction. Let's see what happened here. Both of them going as deep as they can. Looks like Scotty Rattler has gone deeper as well. Has had to jam on a bit more brake to avoid
Vigor.
You can just see there, he's just turns it in early maybe. And there is contact.
His rear did look a bit stepped out. He definitely looked like Vigor got on the brakes a bit harder than they were expecting. Super unfortunate for Mahoney. Still leading the championship though. Taylor has managed to get round Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson and Taylor, closest battle on the track with only 3 minutes left to go of your simrigs.com V8 Supercars Amateur Series. Thanks to Warren and Brown Tools here for round 8, our penultimate round to season 2 of 2023. Rick Vigor again back on camera. Battling it with Troy Sipple. It is going to be a drag race to T1. Yes, T1. Not P1. With front tyre lock up there. And they are on it again. Extremely close racing. Feel like we may see a relegation happening. No, not a relegation, a promotion happening for possibly one new driver on track tonight if this keeps up. Pre-qualifying.
I seem to agree. I have reasons to believe with you. The 6.8 second gap is enough.
Oh, yes.
And also throw in the 9 gaps, the 9 positions gained.
And the constant lap times being 1 to 2 seconds quicker to the rest of the field. Just out there showing us how it's done. Liam Tipping from Race on Oz. I'd say we're only going to... We may go the whole 21 laps. Jason Douglas.
Across the line.
Phenomenal drive.
Yeah, with marginal. Tipping could very well just back off. Could he not?
Yeah, I suppose he could if he wanted to finish it, but Barney definitely wasn't out there waving the white flag, so to believe there'll be more to come. Patar looking good for another podium finish. Andrew Cowan with a great drive.
Great drive sitting in P4 at the moment. Does have Rick Vigor coming at him, but I think he's got enough of a gap now to drive at about 98%. And still hold on to 4th place. This would be a good return to form for Cowie. Good return to further up the field.
Definitely.
Been hoping that it happened a bit earlier in the season, so we can stay in the championship fight. But 4th place is it's not a bad result with Vigor for Angry Birds Racing. He only came into the season a couple of weeks ago and was very quick from the outset, showing that pace now at P5. Sipple and Scotty Upton lead 6 and 7 at the moment for Quantum Pecky's performance. Sitting in a nice spot there. And then 6 and a bit seconds off the back of Rattler. So what could have been for Joe, I suppose.
Oh, Tipping
This
doing
is
some
checkered flag.
burnout. This is checkered flag. Barney was not doing his job this evening. Liam Tipping will take our feature race tonight. Jason Douglas will come across the line in second. Petar Pavlovich will see himself on the podium for a second week in a row. And then the battle is on. Cowan, Vigor, Sipple. And Van Loon will come over in seventh. Mahoney will squeeze through over in eighth, up one position off qualifying. Bradley Wall, what a fight back to get back up into ninth. Scott Weston will be in 10th place. Liam is already out there ready for celebratory burnouts. Not sure if he has gone over the rule book. Need to complete a cool down lap, and then the burnouts are the podiums.
Give him a chance. He's just done a round sweep.
Yeah, it's just down a round sweep. Rules are there. That's all right. I don't think a rear of grid is going to hurt him too much next week. Definitely look forward.
Not when you can make up 9 spots and have a gap of almost 7 seconds.
Oh
over
yes.
P2.
Definitely look forward to see him joining up into the league for a full season. I'd love to see him actually out there on the Sunday night for the Pro AM Series and see how he battles out with our pro drivers as well.
I think he'll be a good fit there.
Yes, yeah, I think
you'll
that's the
really give them
consensus.
all a run for their money, yeah.
Looks very, very comfortable. Super comfortable in this car tonight. Jason Douglas, phenomenal drive up 3 positions from the rear grid qualifying. Jason always puts it on every week and has been such a good contender for the championship. Great to see Petar up there as well. He was our 2022 Season 2 champion.
That's one way to celebrate, I suppose.
Well, if he had any tyres left, he doesn't any
No,
more.
they're gone now.
Liam
Tipping taking his time after doing those burnouts in the arena section. Giving us a big flash of the lights there. Just say, hey mum, I'm on TV.
Look, Mum, no hands.
Don't do that.
What a great drive and a fantastic race to broadcast tonight. And here is your podium tonight for your simrigs.com V8 Supercars Amateur Series. Here thanks to Warren and Brown for round 8, the penultimate round of our championship. Liam Tipping on the right car, number 78. Jason Douglas in the middle car, number 88. And Petar Pavlovich on the left for the car 216. Or is it just 216?
I'd say 216.
Third place gets his run at some burnouts. Is Jason gonna do an SVG straight off the bat? Well, Petar cuts some beautiful circles.
What's Liam doing? Here we go.
Nice big line locker.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Oh, I love me a good line locker. It's one thing I make sure my American friends know that they can't do very good burnouts because they don't know how to do this. Lucky this is sim racing and there is no repair bills to be afoot. What a solid burnout. I've got to say, I'm not very good at driving the V8 Supercars, but I tell you what, I can do a pretty mean burnout in one. Phenomenal. Love it.
Heavy right foot, is that it?
Oh, you've got to use the brake as well. Definitely got to use the brake.
I know, but you got to be good with the right foot.
Yeah.
In terms of just planting it flat.
Yeah, you put the right foot to the floor and you use the brake as to keep you moving. Total opposite.
I wonder what engine temps are like at the moment in these cars. Probably not great.
No, I'm waiting for a request to tow. Hello. Results. Would you like to...
Here we go. Our feature race results tonight for round 8, brought to you by Warren & Brown Tools. Liam Tipping comes home the winner by 6.9 seconds over Jason Douglas. Petar Pavlovich comes home in third. Andrew Cowan, Rick Vigor, Troy Sipple, Scotty Rattler. That's the top 7. Then Joe Mahoney, our championship leader, has extended his championship lead out to 154 points over Petar Pavlovich. He came home in 8th. Bradley Wall in 9th, Scott Weston in 10th, and then Travis Daly, Brett Taylor, and Callan Hodgkinson. Mark Peck, Daniel Schultz, Marty Hansen, Stephen Sinkovich, and Scott Perrins round out the 18 drivers who took part and finished the race. All of the drivers finishing on the lead lap.
That's fantastic. And a huge shout out to Tyson McAvoy for our loveless job out there tonight as our race steward. I do believe we might have some drivers coming down to have a bit of a chat with us.
Yes, let's get our third place driver, Petar Pavlovich, down into the booth. Petar, mate, well done. Another podium for you tonight. Well done on bringing home P3. Looked like a pretty decent race out there. Liam came through pretty early, and then you were just lapped around by yourself. Was it a good little hot lap session?
Yeah, no, it was good fun. Good to be up on the podium again. So the form continues, which is good after a few bad weeks. Yeah, pretty much Liam got past me. Jason was always in front of me. And so just pretty much punted around and then almost binned it on my own in the last last lap.
That wouldn't have been a good result at all. Hey, you've actually managed to close the gap to Joe with your performances tonight in the championship. Closed it by 11 points, and it's now at 154 points with 180 points on offer next week. It is I'm sure you can understand it's a bit of a long shot to take home the championship next week, but I'm sure you'll be fired up for it. What does sitting P2 in the championship feel like for you?
It's pretty good. If you asked me about 3 weeks ago, I thought it wasn't even going to happen, so it's not too bad. Hopefully you can get a decent result next week and hopefully finish in the top 3.
You've also got, what have you got? You've got 26 points gap back to Travis Daly behind you, so it's nice and tight between you two. So the race will be on next week, 180 points on offer for the race win. Just watching a replay of the start, you were 3 wide at the apex for turn 1 and then almost pushed down into the grey. What was it like racing? What's it like having these drivers race you as hard as they do? And rubbing is racing, I know, but what's it like rubbing shoulders with these guys?
It's good. I mean, they give you enough room, and occasionally something goes wrong, but hey, it's racing.
Sure is, mate. I'll give you a chance to thank your sponsors.
Just Total Mechanical, the guys out at Smithfield. So if you've got any vehicle servicing needs, give them a call.
And don't forget your YouTube channel, mate.
Don't worry about that.
Well done, mate. That's a great result. Another podium for you tonight, and cementing yourself in P2 in the championship. Well done. Hopefully next week we can see you on the podium as well. Maybe even get on the top step and really give Joe a run for his money.
Oh, no, I don't think that'll happen, but we'll see what happens. Lehman's one of those tracks.
Sure is, mate. Well, go well, practice hard, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Thank you.
Alrighty. We will get our P2 from tonight. Jason Douglas down into the booth. Jason, mate, well done. Good drive in that feature race to hold on to P2. I'll tell you what, you've really got some pace in hand. What's it like driving these cars around Nürburgring?
Very sketchy.
Sketchy in what way?
If you don't have the right setup, you're just gonna go sideways.
Sideways. Yeah, it does have those sort of like high in second gear corners where you don't quite get the rotation in third, but second almost feels a gear too high and whatnot. How long do you work on a setup for before a race?
I leave that up to Jet. I just ran on Oran Park setup tonight.
Well,
yeah.
I suppose it does have some similarities in terms of elevation change and some of the loading of the corners. P2 tonight. Just looking at your move on lap 1, that was not a whole lot of space, but good respect shown from all drivers. You sort of got your spot early on, cemented yourself up the front. Next week is Le Mans. Have you done much racing in a supercar around Le Mans? I'm going to have a wild guess and say the answer is no. But what do you expect from next week as well?
Next week, I've got no idea. Never done it, so only in a GT3 car, but yeah, that's about it.
I'm going to say it's going to be a slipstream galore, and I reckon some of these drivers, you included, are going to be hitting, I'd argue, probably 320 in a tow. I think that probably sounds reasonable.
That sounds about right, I reckon. I'm not 100%. Yeah, no. Not sure. I have to wait and find out. I'm on my bike train at the moment while talking to you, so yeah.
All right, mate. Well, well done tonight. I'll give you a chance to thank yours and LMR Esports sponsors.
Thank you. So we got Logi Pros, W, NZ Performance, Wayne Boylett Mechanical, Lutsu Driver Performance, Oakmers, Majors Garage, and JM Designs, and also all the boys at LMR.
Well done, mate. That was a great result. Hopefully next week we can see you up towards the front as well. So well done, and we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell you what, sounds like he put up quite a sweat this week driving there. But we will get we'll talk to him again. Liam Tipping.
Oh yeah, why not?
He's not dragging.
He's not dragging? Yeah,
Not dragging.
Let me fix that for you.
There we go. Liam, mate, well done. Win in the sprint race, and you converted a win to a win in the feature race, climbing 9 positions and winning by almost 7 seconds. Mate, I hate to say it, but I think you might be getting a promotion to the Sunday night crew.
Yeah, look, maybe. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what they say, but for now, could just be that it's a good track for me. We'll see how we go.
I can't remember the last time officials ran at Nürburgring, but I feel like it was maybe earlier this season or late last season. But from what I heard, it was good racing, and we saw it tonight. Your moves in the first 3 laps to get yourself up into, I think it was P4 at the time, were mega. Like your drive just to make 2 or 3 spots, in the first half of the track was impressive to see, to say the least. And I know that ShiBBy will say the same alongside me. How much supercars running have you done outside of officials in leagues and that sort of thing? Or is this your first night in a league?
So I used to do a bit of dev series in the OSR, and I've done a couple enduros in the V8 Scops, but this would be probably the first league race I've done in a V8 for probably a good 3 years. But I got a bit of time up my sleeve now, so I thought let's jump back into it, have a bit of fun. Got a good teammate to have a bit of fun with, so yeah, it's having a go really.
Yeah, nice, mate. I'm just watching the replay of the race start down into the arena section. You and Joe running side by side. It's a great picture, I'll tell you what. It's a very, very cool picture to have the 2 GTIT cars running side by side. What benefits does, or what do you think the main benefits are of having a teammate to run alongside you during a race like this?
During a race, it's sort of hard to say because you're not always near each other, but we can bounce off each other with strategy and that. I think the big difference is having someone to practice with, so then you can bounce lines, breaking points, all that sort of stuff off each other. So you sort of end up both improving each other. I think in practice, me and Joe ended up being, I think it was 3 100ths off each other's time. So just getting that sync together and both of us working out where we're faster and putting it all together.
Yeah, nice. I was talking in broadcast about how good it is to have a teammate either on track or in your Discord or wherever, just especially during the race, just so you can bounce those ideas of strategy and talk about track conditions and that sort of thing. Mate, well done on your debut round win. Looking next week to Le Mans, I asked Jason the same question, but I'm going to have a wild guess and say there hasn't been a whole lot of running in a supercar at Le Mans for you too.
I can't say there has. I'd say probably once maybe, but it would have been a long time ago. It's not a track that is great for the supercar because it's just big traction zones, and that is probably one of the hardest things to do in the supercar. And I think everyone's going to be right up each other's bumper down the back straight, so it'll be interesting. But we'll see how we go with these GTIT cars. Possibly I might not be there anyway. I'm going to be out of town, but I'll definitely be in Joe's ear, giving him some support.
Nice, mate. Yeah, well, Joe's got a 154-point lead heading into the Enduro finale, which is a 180-point race. So he's got one hand on the championship, that's for sure, and any help that he can get, I'm sure, will be greatly appreciated. I'll give you a chance to plug your sponsors one more time, mate.
Yeah, big thanks to JTIT Computer Consulting. They're our main sponsor. We've got Gutter Night. They're a sponsor for our esports team, giving a bit of support to our Race Oz team as well. And then big thanks to BE Electrical and Solar. He does all your electrical and solar needs.
Nice, mate. Well done once again. It's good to have you in the season, in the series, and I hope we do see an application for you either for AMS or for the Sunday nights next season.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I'll be around next season. Don't worry. I'll get a few more race wins under the belt.
Awesome. Well done, mate. Go well. Practice hard, and if we don't see you next week, we'll definitely see you next season.
Awesome. Cheers, boys.
Thanks, mate. Well done. And that was what was at Nürburgring, ShiBBy.
It was a cracking race. I'm telling you, I swear, I want there to be the money that someone can say, hey, we're doing a V8 Supercars World Tour. Because I would love to see this in real life. Hands down, a V8 Supercars World Tour. It would be absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure I've spoken about this over the last 2 years of doing the broadcasting and commentating with SRW, but Mate, some of these world tracks are just absolutely supreme for these cars. But yes, absolute cracking race tonight, mate. Always a pleasure doing these broadcasts with you as we see Liam tipping from totally mind blank. Race on Oz, take out P1. Jason Douglas for LMR Esports in P2 and Petar Pavlovich in P3. Cracking race. I would just like to take this time to thank all our sponsors that allow SRW, the league, and the broadcast to keep running. First of all, of course, we want to shout out simrigs.com for their support with our V8 Supercars series, not just the AMs, but the Pro AMs as well on a Sunday night. Massive shout out to Warren and Brown Tools as our round sponsor here tonight for round out at our penultimate round. Of course, Racecraft Simulations for jumping on board for our qualifying session, and of course pole position. Can't forget Sim Magic. Go check them out. All the links for all our sponsors and everybody who helps us out are in the links below. Grim Industries, the home of the V8 coffee table. Dragon RC promo department, Toyo Sim, Camus. Massive sponsors on board here behind SRW and the league behind it. Also, massive shout out to Rocket Unlimited for all the music you hear on our streams. That is gonna wrap up this broadcast.
Did we forget one?
Did we?
Tempting Sweets.
Oh, yes, I did. Tempting Sweets.
And who is our driver of the day?
Oh my gosh!
There's only one option, isn't there? Driver of the day.
Petar. Give it
Liam
to Petar.
The one who made 9 spots.
Yeah.
Took out both race wins.
I was going to give it to Petar for 2 third-place finishes in the heat and the feature.
I don't know, 9 spots.
Yeah, 9 spots is pretty wild. He can't come on board and just steal our sweets like that. Yeah, that's definitely a tough one. Definitely deserving of the sweets, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, if we could give sweets to everybody, we would. But a huge shout out to temptingsweets.com.au. Head over there and use code SRW10 for a sweet deal off your next purchase with them. Hope you have all enjoyed the broadcast tonight. I have been Nathan, a little bit shoddy Howard, and right next to me has been Thomas Preech Riley. We're going to end this broadcast by saying stay safe and race hard.